Hi everybody, Alex Explorer here from Expert Forex, and welcome to this video. It is going to show you the very best trading robot, the easiest and most profitable strategies that you can use, and I'm even going to be brave enough to say it is better than AI. Because AI can't see the future. Now, over the last 20 years since we've been in the Forex business, we often get asked, what is your best robot? What is your easiest robot? What is your most profitable robot? And this video will answer those questions. Let's have a look at what will be covered in this video. Firstly, the beauty of this is we're going to show you a few things about this fantastic strategy and this fantastic robot, but don't believe it. Take a trial and try it out for yourself. So we're going to be promoting the free trial. It's a 30-day trial, and you can experience the results that I'm going to be showing you in this video firsthand. There's nothing better to make a believer of a fantastic robot than for them to experience it on their own trading account. And then I'm going to go through this very easy strategy. Very simple, not many moving parts involved in this strategy. Then we're going to see how very profitable this EA is. It's an exceptionally profitable EA. And the beauty of it all is you can use it on very small accounts, as small as $350. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the ultimate is this is an automated trading robot. So you can make money in your sleep. And I'll show you how to get hold of the robot, how to test it through our trial, and how to enjoy these fantastic results. Now the question is, how do you get fantastic, spectacular results? Firstly, you use strategies that are fantastic and spectacular. So let's go through the strategy. Firstly, this is a random strategy. So in other words, it doesn't worry which way the market moves. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. This is a random market strategy. So you don't need to know whether if it goes down, it's good. If it goes up, it's good. We use a flexible grid system. So a grid system gives the market structure. So instead of looking for perfect entries, you have structured levels at which you transact. And I'm going to show you how that works. So when you're grid trading, you have levels. So the difference between the starting level and your first level is what we call a grid size, because that's the distance between the grids, and those levels are called grid levels. That explains the structure. So the strategy says double the grid size as the price moves away from your starting point. So you would go double, 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 and I'll show you how that works. Then the next strategy is double the lot sizing. So as the price moves away from your starting point, you double the lot sizing. That's if your first transaction wasn't successful. So there's a 50-50 chance that the first transactions are successful. This is only in the case where your first transaction isn't successful. Then there are two legs to this trading strategy. So you actually start with a buy and a sell. Now, what does that do? It makes sure that every movement in the market is an opportunity for you to profit. So if it goes up, you sell your buy. If it goes down, you sell your sell. So you are 100% sure that you're going to make profit no matter which way the market moves. The hedging is also a risk reduction technique. Then we have a system where when you have a number of open trades, when the total of those open trades, which we call a basket of open trades, equals the profit goal that you have set, the robot will just simply close all of those trades profitably. So it's a fantastic system. It's got hedging, it's got grid trading, it's random, and it is automated. So let's have a look at this grid on your screen. And here is the starting point over there. And let's say you're using one lot and your grid size that you set is 10. So I'm going to show you when the price goes up. So let's say the price goes up. So you would cash in your buy transaction, but your sell transaction would be open. And what you would do then to protect that sell transaction is you would double your lots, so from 1 to 2, and for the next grid you would double the grid size. So instead of 10, this area, as you can see, is bigger. It has a 20 pip grid size, and you have a lot size of 2 instead of 1 for the movement there if the price goes up. And let's say it does go up. Let's say it goes up to the next level. Same thing applies again. You double your lot sizing over there, and you double your grid size. So instead of having a 20 pip grid, you'd have a 40 pip grid. And can you see how big the grid then becomes? And let's say the price moves up to the next level, then you have an 8 lot size there, because that's doubling the 4, and you have an 80 grid size because that is doubling the 40. So that's basically how the grid trading works, how the lot sizing works, how the grid levels work, and it gives you, that is the playing fields that exists. And remember, there is a buy leg and a sell leg operational in all cases. So there's also what is called hedging in operation. But again, you'll see a little bit more as we move on. So that covers the easy strategy. For a lot of people, that strategy might seem a little bit technical. In the eyes of an experienced trader, that is in fact a very simple and basic strategy. So let's have a look at the profitability of this system. Just a reminder to join our expert Forex community of over 30,000 Forex traders. It is free, so don't miss out on any new developments. A link is in the description of the video. Now, 4 months ago, we started trading this particular system, and here is a portfolio of 10 accounts that have traded exactly the system that I've shown here. And there are the results, and you can see all of these accounts started with $10,000. So the equity is way over 10,000 in all the accounts. So all the accounts are positive. There are accounts that have doubled their balance. So when you see 24, it means you started with 10,000, you've gone to 24 or 26, and so on. So overall, the profitability has been very good and very high. And here is a further analysis of the portfolio. You can see every single week has been positive. And over here it says which symbols were traded, mainly the euro pound and the Oz New Zealand has been traded. And why have we traded those ones? Because they are the most sideways currencies amongst all of the currencies that you could possibly trade. So they are, in terms of safety, they are the safest currencies in terms of running away in the wrong direction type of thing. So they are the least likely to do that, and that's why currency selection, in fact, in this strategy is key. Now, furthermore, you can see that the win rate was about 64%, a nice solid return, and you can see how equity has gone up from $100,000 to $171,000. So this is a very sound and robust strategy. Now let's have a look at one of the best accounts that we have, and that is the one called Link 99M. Now, why is it called Link 99M? It's because it is on our linking service. I'll talk a bit about our linking service later on. You can actually just copy the trades that this account is making if you are using the linking service. But as you can see, this is made from $10,000. It's gone up to $26,000, a return of about 160%. With a win rate that's only 57%. But why is the win rate so low? Because we're trading with a buy and a sell at all times. So there's going to be one loser and one winner. So that's pretty good that it's 56%. In fact, this one trades the euro pound, again one of the most correlated currencies, safest currencies. That's one of the reasons. And it has traded for 4 months, so it shows you it's gone through quite a reasonable period of trading. Okay, let's have a closer look at this account. And now I'm getting into some detail for owners of the Lucky Trader, but we are saying that you should do a trial. And if you do the trial, here are the settings that we recommend that you use for the euro pound. And let's just go through the settings. And the green ones are the key ones. You can virtually just use the defaults for all the rest. The key ones are the following ones. So the gap size, the initial gap size that I showed you in the example before was 10. So we're saying use a 10 gap size initially. But then increase it by 200% every time the price goes to a new level. So as you've seen, it goes from 10, then to 20, then to 40, then to 80, then to 160. So that's what we're telling the robot to do. Then it says, what size lots would you like to start with? Now, in this case, we are trading a $10,000 account. So we are saying, okay, 0.3 lots will be okay for this particular strategy. And that's a fairly safe one for a $10,000 account. But then it says, how much do you want to multiply those lots every time it goes up a grid level? And we say, okay, we want to do it twice. So 2 means twice. So it would go from 0.3 to 0.6 to 1.2 to 2.4. That kind of relationship will exist. So both the gap sizing and the lot sizing increases at the same time. Then it says, how much? What is your target for your very first trade? So if you are successful on your first trade, how much must the price move? And we're saying it must move 10 pips, which is exactly the same as the gap size, 10 pips, 10 pips. That's fine. Then it says, okay, when you have these open trades, a number of open trades, which we call a basket, how much profit should I close that basket for? And we're saying when it reaches $80 of profit, close all of those trades. So those are the key settings for this robot. Very simple, isn't it? Only 6 settings, and they all are very simple. I've explained how they work, very simple settings. If you want to make the system safer, what you would do most probably is instead of using 200% for the gap increases, you might go to 220 or 240%, and that would make the gap increases faster and it will make it safer. But those settings that you see there have produced wonderful results so far. So settings are easy. In fact, we give you 10 sets of settings. Here they are. They've been reviewed recently, and there are the settings. There are the currencies that should be trading, the time frame, the starting balance of a $10,000, and here are the actual settings: the initial gap, the initial lots, how much you're going to increase the initial gap, how much you're going to increase the initial lots. Obviously, we're going to go into a buy and a sell direction all the time. What is going to be the take profit, and what is going to be the closure take profit. So it's very simple. You are actually given the settings. You don't have to go and look for them. You are given the settings. So when you do your trial, what I would suggest is open 10 demo accounts and trade these separately, because you will get different results, but trade them separately and get a good feel of the dynamics behind this strategy and this trading robot. Now here's an example of that account that you've just seen previously. And it has a number of open trades at the moment. And let's go and have a look at those open trades. So there are 6 open trades. 4 of them are buys and 2 of them are sells. Now that is because the different legs go out of sync. So one cashes in faster, the other one has open trades. So they go out of sync, but in the end they tend to hedge each other to a certain degree, not total hedge, but to a certain degree. So there you see the hedging playing out. Then you can see the currency used, very safe currency. Now let's have a look at the lot sizing. As you've seen in the settings, the starting is 0.3, then it goes to 0.6, then it goes to 1.2, then it goes to 2.4. So there you can see the settings playing out. And on the other leg, the same thing. It started with 0.3 and then went to 0.6. So I think you're starting to get a feel of the strategy. Then let's look at the gap sizing. So this is the first trade. And compared to this, the second trade, you can see there's a 10 pip gap. Then the next gap is a 20 pip gap. And then the next gap is a 40 pip gap. So you can actually see it playing out here. And the difference between that number and that number is 10, because there's only 2 open trades. So you can see the strategy playing out. Fantastic strategy. You have to use the correct currencies. Anyway, have a look at this. This explains a lot about the strategy. And as I say, do the free trial. Do 10 demo accounts if you can manage that, to see the dynamics of how the EA plays out with different currencies and different settings. Okay, so now here's the big moment. So you say, I haven't got 10,000 to trade. I only have, let's say, 500 or whatever. Not a problem, because here are the settings. So you've got your initial one, which we've seen is 0.3, and we've got our closure target of $80. So now you say, all right, I've only got $1,000. So all you do is you divide that by 10. So it becomes, the lots now become 0.03. And the target now becomes 0.8. So now you say, okay, now I only have $350. So that's easy. You just divide the 1,000 by 3, and you get more or less the $350. And then you divide that by 3, and that's 0.01. And you divide that by 3, and you get $2.60. So it shows that this strategy can be traded with a $350 account. And now this is something that you should do with all strategies, because we do test all of our accounts on $1,000, because firstly, we can then compare hundreds of robots with each other, because they all have been tested on the same basis. But sometimes 10,000 is too much. So what you have to do is you have to look at the lot sizing and some of the other settings that you can adjust them to trade on smaller accounts. Very simple process. So again, fantastic system, fantastic strategy, fantastic robot, can be traded on a low balance account. And here's an example of the EA. It's called the Lucky EA. Why it's called Lucky? Because it just trades randomly. It has a buy and a sell, and it starts trading. It doesn't worry about the direction. It's like throwing dice. You don't actually worry about the result. It will make money. And this is a picture of the website. You can actually go and see it trading in action. There's a video that shows you how it trades. Anything mentioned in this video will have links in the description and in the first commentary of the video. But the most important thing that from your perspective is, how do I do the free trial? And at the bottom of that same page that I've shown you now, there's a 30-day free trial. And all you do is you put in your email, and we will then send you the EA for trading. And you then come back to this video and see the actual settings that I've suggested. So simple, so easy. And it is an opportunity to you. I can tell you now that there are thousands of traders that have traded many years that have not come close to this level of secure profitability. So you are getting the advantage of years and years of development to get to an EA and a strategy that virtually prints money. So that is why I say do the trial, because you have to experience it. I can tell you all these wonderful things in the video. Unless you've experienced it, you will not believe it. But when you do, you will believe it. The other alternative is to follow the accounts that are listed in that portfolio. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them will be listed in the linked account service. In fact, I think there are currently 5 listed here. In fact, there are currently 6 out of the 10 listed. Here are 4 of them, and you can see the steady results that are being produced. There you see the monthly results. Now those results are incredibly high for monthly results. You can see the overall return that the account has experienced, and now when you look at that, you say, oh, I know you're saying $10,000. I have now learned how I can trade it on $350 accounts. So don't be scared of that particular bit of information. And then you can always follow the process, the progress of those accounts by clicking on those links. So that's an alternative way to benefit from this great strategy and this great robot. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because I am so excited about these results. They are by far the best results that I've experienced in my 20 years of trading, in that they are so consistent over so many accounts that we've tested. We've actually tested it on a number of other robots. Pretty good results, but they're not as good as Lucky Trader result. And that is why I'm suggesting the Lucky Trader for this particular strategy. As mentioned before, links to anything mentioned in the video will be in the description of the video, as well as in the first commentary of the video. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.